What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. As you guys know, I had an island party this weekend, so I wasn't around. And then yesterday was my birthday. I was going to try to get a video in, but we went golfing, did some dinner afterwards, and no time for a video. But here I am. Could we finally be seeing Wave B? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the price areas to watch. There's some very important ones. We're going to take a look at the bullish count and the bearish count. I still believe in the bearish count. I still don't believe we're going to see any new all-time highs this year. I know a lot of people do. We'll see who's right, I guess. And once again, trading's not about being right or wrong. It's about finding an advantage in the market and making money. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on. So we have this 41, right around the 41.6, which was this last time here. And we'll take a look at some divergence. We'll take a look at some Elliott wave counts. We'll take a look at quite a few things here. So definitely stick around for the whole video. I also want to show you guys that macro view with the Fibonacci channels and look at where we're at on that. So anyways, what we're looking at here. So I do still believe there's a good possibility we do come down to see the wave 5 here. It could end up being much worse. I will take a look at where the trend line is also, but I still believe this is a possibility. Like I've been saying for weeks, that this could have been wave 5 and we are in wave B now. Where will wave B take us? If that is the case, we could go as high as around 50,000, somewhere in that area. We've talked about it before. But do I believe that we're going to see new all-time highs? I still do not believe that we're going to see that this year, and I will show you why. Anyways, so if you guys watch the videos and you do pay attention, which I know some of you do, most of you don't, we had these. This was from the last video on Friday. We had this triangle drawn in here. We had these measured moves. The first one being possibly as high as the 45,000, which is still a possibility. So for those of you that say, Savvy, you were wrong, blah, blah, blah. You don't pay attention and you might want to start doing that. You can really see the maturity levels of some people in the chats and on Twitter, and that it's kind of disgusting, the people that are in this in the crypto community. There's some very, very immature people that do not understand charts. Anyways, the bullish case scenario would be up to that 50,000 was our target. We had these lower targets for if we broke down below this 27.5, which we did not. Now, does this mean we have to go to 45? Absolutely not. And we're going to talk about that also. If you guys are watching, we'll see what happens here today on the daily close. But if we close below the 45 or 40,600 range, which was this wick here, if we close below that, we're still making hidden bearish divergence here on the bigger time frame. This is the daily chart. We did have a little bit up. No, we didn't. We did have a little bit from this low to this low, some bullish divergence, which obviously this is this playing out here. Let's take a look at, so this was, we're going to take a look after this at the bullish count, but remember we were watching this as a possible count. Well, as long as we don't get back above this 40,600 range, breaking this high here, this is still valid, but this would now be wave 2, as this would be 5 waves down for 1 right here. And then we have a A, B, C correction, possibly, again, unless we break that 40,600. And that would put, I already put the Fibonacci extensions on here from the top of wave 1 to the bottom and to the top of wave 2. And that would get wave 3 right about here at the 20,500, and wave 4, if we take this off here, put a Fibonacci retracements on, and again, we'll take a look at the bullish count after this also. Trading is about confirmation, guys. Anyways, so if this is wave 3 down, I would expect it around 20,500, and would we come up and retest the trend line? If we did, that'd be somewhere around 27.5, somewhere in that area. But if we just got up to the being this was a deep, if this count is right, being this was a deep retracement, this retracement would be shallow to around, that would be right at 2504. And again, guys, this is the extreme bearish count. Now let's take a Fibonacci extension on that. We will go from the top of wave 2 to wave 3 and what could be wave 4. And that would get us down to approximately this range here. Somewhere in this range around the 13,000, 12,000, somewhere in that range would be the wave 5 down. And that would be ending wave 5. And then, of course, be up after that, if this is the case here. Let's take a look at the bullish count. This is the one I showed you guys Friday. If this is wave 1, 2, 3 would be up here around 42,000. Then 4 would come back down to around 37, and then back up to ultimately around that 45 is a possibility, which also lines up with this 45.1 here that we did talk about. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PHEMEX BT. By far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You don't get the scam wicks. And I think a lot of you guys seen that over the weekend, especially on Binance. You don't get the scam wicks all over on Prime. You can also trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones. You can have multiple trades in longs and shorts. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. And if you go onto my YouTube homepage, click home and look down here, you'll see the PHEMEX BT tutorial, which will show you how to use their margin. A lot of people get confused with it. It's actually pretty damn simple. It also shows you where to put your promo codes in there. Also, if you guys would, before we continue on to the bigger charts, let's refresh this. If you could go down under the video right here, hit that thumbs up. We have 233, 6 thumbs down. Thanks, guys. I also did a little poll here. It said next new all-time highs. When would it be? And as you can see, it's 2024 is 56%, 57 now so far. But go ahead and take that poll if you're watching. And let's take a look at this is in the smaller time frame. Now we're looking at the 1 hour. So as you can see, this could be, I just went off these big wicks, close this or clone to this line, put it up to this wick. If we were to break up here and out, would also get us to that 46.6 range. This would be a rising, broadening wedge at that point, if we're able to break up here. Otherwise, if we come back down and break down, our target of the breakdown here, if we break down before coming up, would be around 30,000. Now, if we get up to that 42 and then break, we'll take a measured move of that. What would that get us down to? Possibly all the way back down to around the 30,600 range. So keep an eye on that. And this is our bigger, looking at a possible diamond pattern on the 4 hour question mark. Jordan Strauss, thank you for the super chat. I'll go back into the 4 hour and take a look at that. So are you talking about right here, this whole thing being a reversal diamond back up? I mean, that's a possibility, but honestly, not quite seeing it. Oh yeah, I did want to talk about this trend line here off of these 2 wicks coming all the way down. So if we do break this high of our last high of about 40,650, if we break that, we could be going up to the 42.9 to 43,000, depending on if, when, and where we hit this. Now, if we do break this trend line, then we may get another rally up, possibly. And that would confirm being wave B for me if we broke that 42 or 43,000, which is this trend line right here. We'll keep an eye on that. Also, if you look at this as a falling channel, the next time we could touch the bottom of that would be around that 27.2, which is what we're going to talk about now. In the big picture, we've drawn the Fibonacci retracements off of the swing low all the way back here. Actually, the swing low in 2020. We put these on here. We've been talking about this for quite some time. If you guys were paying attention, I did say if we open and closed a daily above this 34,350 that was in last Friday's video, that it would be bullish, possibly all the way up to 41.6, which is just in this range here between the 0.382 fib and the 0.5 fib. If we do get up here and get rejected, come back down, I think this would be a great short position under the 34.3. That's also because of what I just showed you on the, where are we at? Right here. If we don't break that 43,000, that's going to be pretty damn ugly. And if we go out to a daily and just look at each time, this looks a lot like 2017 here, and it looks like it's just going to continue getting uglier. And everybody talks about this being a bear trap. Let me get this off of here. Guys, this is not a bear trap. This is a downtrend. Every up thrust in a downtrend is a bull trap, if you ask me, unless we break the highs, which I don't see happening anytime soon. But yeah, I think these are all just a bunch of bull traps. Another thing I wanted to point out, as of right now, and again, that can change, if we close above that 40,500 on the daily, that will invalidate this. But as of right now, guys, we're just making hidden bearish divergence and lower highs. We've made lower lows and lower highs. First one here was our low, then we made our high, then we made a lower low, now we've made a lower high. That's what I'm seeing, and until that changes, that is what I'm sticking to. And again, as you guys know, I'm looking for this area here between 25.2 and 27.2, which is the golden pocket zone. And I'm going to actually move this over here. So yeah, 25.2 and 27.2 is the golden pocket zone. I still believe at some point we're going to be coming back down to this range. And if you guys would, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. Links down below in the description of the video. Oh, one more thing before we continue. I will not be making a video tomorrow. I'm just going to tell you guys now. I'm going on a fishing trip. I'm leaving tonight. I will be back tomorrow night. So my next video will be on Thursday. Make sure you guys scroll down, smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But anyways, this is something else we've been talking about as a possibility of breaking our 4-year cycle going into a 10-year cycle. Not saying it's guaranteed it's going to happen, but it is something that you need to look at. It is definitely a possibility. If you say it's not, then you do not understand markets. This was our other long-term chart. As you guys know, I think 9,500 is a good possibility for the beginning of next year. That also shows up in, or at least sometime next year. That also shows up right here. You can see this high volume node down here at 9,500. And if you look back, that was huge resistance. Once we broke it, we only retested it once before continuing up. There's a good chance we go down and retest it. Also, let's see. What I wanted to talk about here, we talked about this a little bit on Friday. I'm going to go back into it now. As you can see here, this is the 3-day chart. Every time we break this 200 EMA right here on the 3-day, we usually never get back above it, and that is our bear market or capitulation period. We are getting support on that right now. Another thing I want to point out, we look at this closely. Every time we break this 55 EMA after our tops, we come down, break it, usually get a fake pump up. Sound familiar? And then we break it again, get another fake pump up. Same thing over here. We just kept testing it until capitulation. Right now, that's where we're at. We're right around that 55 EMA. And so here is the Fibonacci channels. We've talked about this 382 fib right here quite a bit. We're going to zoom into that in a minute. But before that, I'll show you the parabolic arc. Once we broke that, we were in a bear market. And here was the 2017 parabolic arc. Once we broke it, was a bear market. And here is our parabolic trend line that we have broken. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Right here is what we've been talking about for a very long time. This is that 0.382 fib. We got a wick above it, came back down. Unless we start opening and closing, this is a 3-day chart. We'll go into the 1 day since we're zoomed in here. But if, as you can see right now, that is where we're getting resistance. If we can open and close a few dailies above this, then we could be heading to that $45,000 to $50,000 range. That would conclude this being wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done being A, this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or actually this would have to be an ABC for the B wave and then down. I still believe we're going to come down at some point from here, at least to this trend line is going to be, depending on if, when, and where. If it went straight down pretty quick, it'd be around that 27.2 all the way to 26.2, somewhere in that range. So keep an eye on that too. As you guys know, this is the dollar index overlaid on the Bitcoin chart. We're going to take a look at the DXY also. Dow Jones, gold, silver, Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP before we go into the chat and start chit-chatting. So anyways, if you notice this bottom trend line on the chart here, this is the DXY. Every time the DXY bottoms, Bitcoin tops. Every time the DXY tops on the top trend line, Bitcoin bottoms. We have tested this bottom trend line. It does not look good for Bitcoin. It does look good for the dollar. As you guys can see here, we are in this channel with the dollar. If we break up here past that 93.40 range, my next target's around 94. If we break down past this 92.8, I look at around 91.8. Let me get this one off here. And as you can see, we do have room in the RSI to go down, but I think this 92.2 will probably be the lowest we go and then continue back up from there. The Dow Jones, it is open. We did have some downward momentum today. Will it continue? Possibly, most probably. This is the daily chart, and as you can see, we'll go into the smaller time frame. If you guys want to see the bigger, I've showed it over and over again. But if you look here, all we've done is made major hidden bearish divergence, and I do believe that will be playing out. Gold, my target's still 1677 for gold. This does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and then back down. Silver, we're still below our trend line. EMA is crossing bearish. Still have that target of 20 to 21.8 range. Litecoin, if you guys watched the video on Friday, I would set around 134. Obviously, we got to around 142. But let's move this up now to this trend line off these wicks. 141 to 142 is the area to watch for a rejection, and then possibly come back down to come retest the bottom of this. And as you guys know, I think that if Bitcoin gets its big bounce for the end of A wave, that would get Litecoin about 88, around the $88, and then back up and continue down. If Litecoin or Bitcoin hits that low the beginning of the next year of 10K or less, looking at about a $50 Litecoin. Let's take a measured move here. Google user, happy birthday, champ. Possible recovery phase, and would you classify a recovery phase? I just showed you that in the beginning of the video. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. What areas we would have to cross to show recovery phase. But this also, this being a measured move, depending if, when, and where we break this bottom trend line, will get us around that $48 to $56 range for Litecoin. Ethereum, I'm still looking for that 1,000 to 1,300. Of course, unless we start breaking these highs. But as you can see, we're still making bearish divergence in the 4-hour. Probably can see that in the daily too on Ethereum. Yes, hidden bearish divergence all across the board. Again, that can change by the close of today's candle. So the daily hidden bearish divergence, if Ethereum crosses above the 23.25 and closes there today, then that would erase this hidden bearish divergence, and we could have further up to go. But all in all, I still think we have lower to go. XRP is just retesting its trend line here. Could go up as high as the 71 cents. We talked about that last week. but I still see 43 cents. And if Bitcoin hits the new lows the beginning of next year, I see around a 20-cent XRP. All right, I'm going to get into the chat now and see what you guys are thinking. BTC at 100K, bears still, but we need more volume. The $10,000 MA is coming down, blah, blah, blah. Never going to see 101K, 120K later. We need the volume. J-Day is obviously just full of hopium. The Binance scam wick. I don't know. I was just seeing a bunch of comments on it that it went to like 40. I think it was 46 or 48,000. The scam wick on Binance. The trend line break. He's talking about 4. Right there. We're talking about this trend line break. And if we take a measured move, remember, you can take measured moves off the RSI. And what would that get us to? That would get the RSI to about 90. So that would, like I said, we could be looking at that 4,500 right here, which was the measured move of this break. So that is a possibility to keep an eye out for. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But even if we went up on the daily to this 50,000, that's going to push the RSI way up high, and it's going to create nothing but hidden bearish divergence. In the big picture, guys, nothing's bullish in my opinion. If we get bullish, or I get bullish, I will let you know. Forbana said, yeah, it went to 48K. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Like I said, I really haven't been watching the charts too much since Friday when I made my video. Someone said, are we back testing the rising wedge? Well, by in the daily, there is no rising wedge, but let's take a look at the smaller time frames. I still don't see what you're talking about on that wedge there. Let's go back into the 4 hour on this. Best videos ever. Your time's like gold. Thanks, Lady Evie. If BTC drops to 1.5K, when do you think that'll happen? Field Blue. That would only be, obviously, like I said, that's just a theory that we switched to 10-year cycles on Bitcoin, and obviously that would take the traditional markets having a major crash. We've talked about that. Bitcoin has never seen traditional markets in a bear market. It has, Bitcoin's whole existence has been in a bull market in the traditional markets, and it's still corrected 80 to 90%. So don't forget that. Could it be that everybody hoping for BTC to drop is actually greed of masses? I don't think it's everybody hoping that BTC drops. It's what the charts are showing. So the only thing that I see is hoping is if everybody says that everybody's bearish, not everybody's bearish, everybody's bullish, everybody's still screaming 100K by the end of the year. That is a fact. Everybody is thinking that that is guaranteed, whatever. And that's why I believe you ain't going to see 100,000 the end of this year. Can you talk about shorter time frame plays some more in your live streams? Maybe we can catch the money making opportunities either up or down. Oh yeah, I just talked about the 1 hour. Really, we're still getting rejected pretty hard there, guys, at that 0.382 fib. So be aware of that. But let's go into that 1 hour. This is what I was talking about. If we break this 39.3 on the 1 hour, probably a good place to long would be around 39.4 if it does break that. And then I would put my stops I'd use really tight stops there in case we get a breakout, and then move your stops up as the price goes up. If you wanted to do a trade there. Otherwise, a break of this bottom trend line would be a good place to short. And again, put your stops just above and trail your stops once they get into profit. What is the fear and greed index telling you? There's 1 month of extreme fear. There were months and months of extreme greed in the bull run, so bear savvy to become bull soon? I don't think so, man. CryptoSavvy, what do you think about the Tech Leads token? I don't even know what that is. It sounds like you're shilling a coin. I've been waiting for $1,500 ETH. Missed it this time again. Guess I'm going to pick up 17 if it gets there. Patience, man. You got to learn patience and start learning to read the charts on your own. Again, I'm going to say this one more time. Absolutely nobody, and I mean nobody, absolutely nobody knows where this is going. We can use the charts, analyze the charts, and get good ideas, but you have to look for confirmations, not just scream crazy numbers. Like I said, there is nothing in these charts that is telling me $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year yet. If we pass certain points, as you guys know, this green trend line right here, I've talked about that time and time again. If Bitcoin's going to go to 100K, the only way I'm going to buy back a HODL position as of right now this year is if we break this green trend line and get support on it. Because if it's going to 100K, does it really matter if you buy it at 50K? You're still going to 2x. But I would definitely put some longs in if we get up to this area. But anything under this green trend line, guys, I still think we are going down. We are in a bear trend. There's no doubt about it. There's no denying it. We are at 100% in a bear trend. Stock to flow is bullish, so savvy don't like that. Stock to flow is not bullish, it's bullshit. I think that is a garbage. I think it's going to end this year. We'll quit hearing about that finally. Oh, another thing, down in the description, there are tons of affiliate links down there you guys can check out. You get some kind of bonus or something from all of them. Also, my wife's webpage is down there, inkyourimage.com. And there's a free Discord, totally free. Check it out. I haven't been in there too often. As you guys know, I've been busy. Probably won't be in there too much till later this week because, like I said, I'm going fishing on a fishing trip tonight. Won't be back till Thursday for you guys. Also, VPNs. I stress you guys use a VPN, even if you're not trading. It's just another line of security on the internet to make it harder for hackers to hack you by hiding your IP address. And I do have one down there. It is Pure VPN. They do give a huge discount if you use my link. I think if you do the 2-year, it's like $2.88 a month. So check it out if you haven't. Matthew Malloy, happy birthday, Savvy. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I am not in a trade. Bitcoin is evil. How is your losing short? I did close my short at a loss. But I didn't lose much, guys. I used risk management, and I've made a lot of profits this year. Like I always say, if you expect to win every trade, you're going to be greatly disappointed because that is not how trading works. You're not going to win every trade. It's absolutely impossible. George Ball Jr., welcome back and happy belated birthday. Thanks, man, and thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. What's your opinion on market makers? My opinion on market makers is each exchange They hire firms or individuals that are market makers. You can be a market maker. You just make a market order. They are not a group of people that decide where the price is going. They are there to create liquidity for exchanges, period. They don't care which way the price goes. They chase liquidity for the exchanges. Good to see the bear side of the coin savvy. Hope you're wrong, though. I could be. It's just my opinion. Savvy, I always get stopped out because I set the stop too close. How far would you recommend? Usually, if you're longing support, put your stops under the support. If you're shorting resistance, put your stops above the resistance. Like I said, just manage your risk that way. Once you get into profit, move your stops into profit, and you can't lose once you're into profit. Ninja Killer 999, what's the number one thing that made your trading profitable? Risk management. Not trying to get rich off of one trade. That is huge. Get your stops into profit as soon as possible. Even if you only make $1, it's better than losing 1,000. And like I've said, guys, if you guys are just starting out trading, don't go in putting thousands of dollars into an account. Start out with, depending on your financial situation, first start off with a fake account. And if you can't be profitable with that, then don't even put any money in, because if you can't do it on fake money, you're not going to be able to do it with real money. And when you are ready to put some money in a trading account, start with a small amount that you're willing to lose. If you can't grow that, then trading may not be for you, because if you can't grow a little amount of money, you can't grow a big amount of money. So why start with a big amount of money? It makes no sense. Trading will be around forever. You don't need to rush. This isn't the last chance to make a lot of money. Trading and charts and markets are going to be around for a long time, forever, most likely. And if you take your time and learn to trade, you can live off of it. And you don't have to report into work every day. You don't have to have a boss to listen to. You be your own boss, work when you want. It's a beautiful life. Khalid, what was the pump? Can you explain it? Well, if you look at the charts, I mean, it's not anywhere out of range in the charts. People want to say it was the rumor about the Amazon. You can say that if you want, but in reality, nothing big here. Rana Jackson, is this pump from one whale? I have no idea who the pump's from, but I know there's a lot of FOMO in there. That's for sure. Dr. Evil, we gotta get you on Paperboy show again, Savvy. Try. I haven't heard nothing from them. They don't like the bearish view, because that makes their views go down. And I don't care about my views, honestly. I mean, it's great. I want to grow the channel, but I'm not going to lie and scream $1 million Bitcoin just to get views. It's not going to happen. Ninja Killer 999, how did BTC logically go from 35 to 48K? That's a good question, man. And thanks for the super chat. But who knows? Could it be because of, leverage trading? Possibly. Could it be because they are just major scammers? Binance is scammy, most likely, but that's all opinion. Who knows? Richie M, thank you for the super chat. Good looking out. Hey, Savvy, huge bearish divergence and hidden bearish divergence on gold, which helps confirm the possibility of your target. Yeah, I've had that target for a while. I still haven't had no reason to change my gold targets or silver targets or any targets for that matter. $1 billion order. Tether. That's a pretty good explanation. Those of you that don't believe Tether isn't going to, or don't believe that Tether is going to soon get in some serious trouble, because the maxis say they won't. I believe Tether is in for some serious trouble. Is it going to happen today? Is it going to happen next week? Next year? Who knows? But it's coming. Expectations for the Fed meeting on Wednesday. I don't have any expectations on it. So let's see what's going on. Bitcoin's going down a little. Looking, like I said, keep an eye on this in the macro. We got a perfect rejection off that 0.382 fib yet again. So. Next halving kills BTC, says Marcelo. CryPTOSAVY BitBoy was saying, like, I told you guys about my source. People are making fun of me for works. Was this called just luck? We had a lot of downside. We're gonna get, markets don't go in one straight line, but let's see if he's still saying that in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'll make the bet that he's not gonna be saying that. There is no my guy. I mean, if he does have my guy and believes him, that's pretty. Nobody knows where the market's going, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I hope he doesn't believe that. Richie M, thanks again for the super chat, man. I'm not going to look at MM token. Sorry. Savvy always gets stopped out. I just answered that question a little bit ago, Richie, about longing support and putting your stops under the support. And as in a dollar value, it depends on your leverage. It depends on exactly, every trade's different. There's a lot of stuff it depends on. We still in a downtrend, Khalid? Yes, we are still in a downtrend. You can see it right here. This is the daily. Still in a downtrend. Nothing's changed. Savvy, what do you think about the China stock market crash that happened the last 2 days? I'm not too sure. I don't really follow it, but maybe that's just a warning for the Dow and traditional markets. Good possibility. Go into a smaller time frame here. I have to admit, you're not yourself after this big green stick. I'm still myself, Snail and the Whale. If Amazon confirmed BTC, go back to 2018. They were saying the same shit about. I say that all the time. Let's go back over here. 2018, we had the most bullish news. Everybody was saying Amazon was going to accept Bitcoin and Litecoin and just tons of bullish news, guys. That's what usually happens in a bear market. Bassman Jeff, if you show your shit coins, you get the wrench. Yes, that is a fact. Thanks, Jeff. The only short and long direction of the trend. Yes, and the trend is down, so I won't do any long positions here. People say you miss out, but you don't miss out. You actually get better short positions. We are in a downtrend. Thanks, Savvy. Sorry, signed on late today for a change. When capitulation will take time. And that's another thing. People always talk about, if you said if price got here, you'd be bullish. If the price got here and then you didn't. It's not a matter of where price goes. It's a matter of how it gets there. Period. It's how the price moves. It's not where it ends up. It's how it gets there. That will help you identify where it goes next. Savvy, give me the signal. We will abduct those trolls. Trolls are going to be trolls, and most people understand that. And if they don't understand, then they probably are a troll. Trolls don't bother me. They're usually just miserable people, and miserable people love company. Misery loves company. Is B-Wave becoming less likely the longer we stay at lower values? It kinda is. Like I said, you can see how 2018 ended up. We never really had a big wave. This was basically the B wave here. You had A, B, and a big C. Jack Turner said, I keep getting tweet notifications while I'm watching this saying that BTC is going to 5 million. Oh man. Problem is it moves with the stock market. We have to wait. Yeah, and like I said, the stock market isn't doing real. I mean, it's looking like it's doing well, but in reality, this thing isn't gonna last, man. I know people think that they'll just keep printing money and blah blah blah, but I really think something super bad is coming for the traditional markets. Dr. Evil, thanks for the update, Savvy. Enjoy your fishing trip. Thanks, man. Tyrone, when price action turns on 1 hour or 4 hour, when do you get out or do you use support and resistance levels? It all depends on what kind of trading I'm doing, but a lot of times, like I've showed you guys, if you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube channel right here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Go to my homepage. So if you go to the homepage right here, there is an EMA strategy. And actually, that's something I wanted to talk about too. On that 4 hour Ninja Killer, what are the top candle patterns you look out for? I like triangles. I like, if you're talking about actual candles, I like looking for engulfing candles, both bearish and bullish. And all that depends on what time frame you're watching, guys. But I like head and shoulders, triangles. Diamonds are okay, but diamonds more often than not are fake outs. You get a fake out first, but you can play the fake outs too. CJ said, you know what coming? It will tank the market. Most likely. They're pushing that narrative pretty hard right now. Like the bearish engulfing on the weekly. I don't remember. Let's look at that weekly. So if we put this on a weekly, yeah, over here we had one. We did have a bullish engulfing right there in the last week, but we'll see how that plays out. That might have played out with this big ugly wick here. But as usual, like we talked about, we are getting pretty heavy rejection here on that 0.382 fib. Three white soldiers on the daily. Oh yeah, if we had them on the daily here, but that's pretty much played out. Obviously, we had a lot more white soldiers after that. Love your TA, Savvy. Thank you so much for your time. I signed up Prime XBT reasonably, but unable to locate the test demo account. Hit them up in the there's a little chat on the bottom of Prime. They're quick to get back with you, extremely helpful. Ask them about it and they will show you how to, they'll tell you what to do about the demo accounts. Happy birthday, Savvy, and thank you for the knowledge and wisdom you share. Well, thank you for your support. Lee King, thanks for the super chat and the hot dog, man. Much appreciated. Fastman Jeff, Luke Young, they all had to ask their mommies how to cope with their feelings. Oh, the tension in this space. I love it. Savvy alts giving more profit than BTC in short-term trades. What's your point on it? I don't mess with alts. I really don't. Just because they're I don't believe in them for one. You can make a lot of money trading them. I'm not saying that, but I trade Bitcoin alone. I make a good living off it. So I don't feel any need to start watching a bunch of other stuff. You can do fine off of Bitcoin alone if you're trading it. Fernando Feliciano, thank you for the super chat. Sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong, but I do appreciate the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. Single dump or double dump. Second one to be economic crash. I believe so. So anyways, guys, I'm stick around for a couple more minutes and then I'm going to get out of here. I want to hope you guys have a wonderful day. Savvy, generally speaking, is $8,000 pumps for Bitcoin in a week healthy or doesn't indicate unhealthy? Unhealthy. That's pretty unhealthy. Is 26K on its way back again? Please share your view. I just shared my view, Vivek, in the beginning of the show, so go back and check it out if you haven't. And if you're watching this after the live stream, please scroll down, smash that like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave your comment. That's greatly appreciated. So we're looking at 50-50 for the poll, it looks like. 50% of people think it'll see a new all-time high in 2021, and 50% think 2024. Seeing divergence in the RSI. Yeah, we talked about that. There's some pretty heavy bearish divergence here. If we do close below 40,600 today, which I'm thinking most likely. No, my shorts didn't get liquidated. I did close it in a loss, though. If you get liquidated, you're obviously not playing with good money management. When do you think the markets will crash? We all appreciate your knowledge. Happy birthday. Do you think Tether will crash the market? I think the traditional markets actually are going to crash the markets. Tether may play a part in that on Bitcoin. That may be Bitcoin's reason. We'll see what happens there. Hidden bullish forming on the 4-hour. Let's see. This is the 4-hour. Yeah, it could be, but we did the same exact thing over here, and it did not play out. So just be aware of that. But yeah, it could be. But the 4-hour, what time is it? 10. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye on these EMAs right here, too. If you're watching the 4-hour chart, our 8 EMA is around 35,550. If that breaks, the next line of support is 37,100. And after that's the 21 EMA, which is around 36,400. Then we have the 55 at 34,500 and 200 EMA around 34,000. But yeah, like I said, we seen the same thing here. Hidden bullish divergence here. You get a little tiny pump up and then back down. So this could be the hidden bullish played out and then turning around here. All right, guys, I think I'm going to head out. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks to all of you that did smash the likes. Thanks for you to all of you that subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tick the notification bells and get you notified when I post new videos. If I do a video tomorrow, it's just going to be a live from my phone, maybe on the fishing trip or something. But like I said, I won't be doing another video till Thursday. But make sure you get your notification bells ticked, and that will let you know when I post a new video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a great day. Don't forget to check out the affiliate links down below that help support the channel, including my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. And that's it. I'm out. Take it easy.